Kia ora, I'm Kathryn from Help. I'm so glad that you're interested in learning about keeping children safer. It's a shame that we have to be, but we haven't managed to end sexual abuse yet. It is a world though that I like to imagine, one in which every child is valued and safe with everyone else. One day we'll get there. But for now, we do need to proactively keep children safe. Ways we do this are some of the building blocks of a world without sexual violence. So when you do, you are also contributing to the bigger picture, to keeping all children safe. There is quite a lot to this though, even when we break down the age groups. So I'll be talking about handling risky situations and what to teach young children in other videos. So the first thing you need to know is that everything I'm going to talk about does make children safer, but there is no way for us to completely eliminate the risk. That can be hard to accept, so it's also good to know that everything you are already doing to build your child's emotional resilience can help with this too. Emotional resilience is quite a hot topic at the moment, so there's lots to find out about that on the internet. What's most important in this context is the part about spending one-to-one time with your child, talking about experiences and feelings that you each have. This might sound complicated, but it doesn't need to be. You can do it when you're doing the dishes together or walking the dog. So it's just talking about their day, how they felt about things that happened, what it's like to maybe be a bit unhappy, what might help them feel better, how you feel, what you might do to feel less stressed, but all with age-appropriate content, of course. The most important thing here is that you need to be fully present. This means listening with your heart and mind, so you're not also checking your phone periodically or have half your mind thinking about some complicated work problem. Now there is a triple payoff for this. This will help them deal with any negative life experiences, not just abuse. It can also mean that if they are hurt by someone else in any way, they are more likely to tell you, as they will expect you to believe them and to take it seriously. They might also be less likely to be targeted. It seems that those who hurt children in this way choose those who won't tell, or if they do, are not likely to be believed. Now there's no guarantees on this one, but it's worth stacking the odds. The second most important thing is to establish a culture in your home and family about respecting children. Now respect is a word with a lot of big meanings, so I'm going to bring it down to some particulars. The first one you already know: listen to children and take them seriously. Second is respecting their feelings. Now I'm sure you do this most of the time, but it can seem a bit complicated when those feelings are expressed in very black and white and sometimes inconvenient terms. Things like, I hate you and I won't go to the doctors with you. In this case, acknowledge the feelings with a reframe that helps you work with them. Something like, sounds like you're pretty angry with me at the moment. And then unpack the reasons to find a way to negotiate an outcome that you can both live with. I use this example as it is the kind of thing that can arise if abuse is occurring. You might hear, I hate Uncle so-and-so and I don't want to go to his place. Reframe, sounds like you're pretty angry with Uncle so-and-so at the moment. Then a question, has something happened that you didn't like? The third aspect of culture is respect for boundaries and privacy. No tickling if they are asking you to stop or not enjoying it anymore. And if they're old enough, ask if it's okay before you start. Allow the privacy for toileting and changing when they are able to do these things themselves. And follow the touching rules about private parts from around age 3. It's okay to touch your own. It's not okay for anyone to touch yours, and it's not okay for you to touch anyone else's private parts. Don't make them kiss or hug someone if they don't want to. Often we get caught with this one, as it can be a way of showing respect to an older relative. But find out what the block is for the child and protect your child by negotiating alternative ways of showing respect. So this is not just about you, but about the culture you create, so that everyone who comes into your home and in your wider family will also treat your children with respect in these ways. As well as a culture of respect, also important is a culture of protection. It's great for children to see love and affection, but not for them to see sex, and that's whether it's in person or on a device. Children should not be exposed to porn. Protect them on the internet. Explore it together and use parental controls and privacy settings. Check out our website or NetSafe for more info on this. And protect them from people with inappropriate behaviour. This is one which might require you to turn your thinking around a little bit. It's not about who might be a sexual offender, because it's usually hard to imagine that anyone we know might be. We need to focus instead on what behaviour is inappropriate with children. We need to learn to spot this as best we can. And this is another one with no guarantees. That's why we need multiple strategies. So what is inappropriate behaviour? Well, quite simply, it's the opposite of what I've been talking about today. Not respecting children and their feelings, overriding their boundaries, not giving them privacy for toileting and changing, and not protecting children from adult behaviour when they're going to the toilet, having a shower or having sex. And it's also about grooming that I discussed in another video, so watch that one if you can. But very simply, if someone is making one child special, taking them places, buying gifts, or wanting to spend time with them in a way which is not usual for their role in the child's life, be suspicious. If you notice a blurring of boundaries, either in their role or with touch, be suspicious. If someone tries to split you from your child to get them alone or to weaken your relationship with them, be suspicious. Disrupt any of these patterns which are occurring. Prioritise protecting your child over the other person's feelings. So, in summary, build resilience. Create a culture of respect and protection for children. That means respecting their feelings and their boundaries, protecting them from exposure to sex and inappropriate behaviour from adults. I'll talk about doing this in the context of more risky situations in the next video. So thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please get in touch. Email info@helpauckland.org.nz. Put Kathryn in the subject line so it gets to me. Ngā mihi.